The statement issued by RT's editor-in-chief Margarita Simonyan in Moscow is the strongest sign, yet the Justice Department may be moving to crack down on the operations of RT and another Russian news agency, Sputnik, by forcing them to register under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, a World War II-era law that requires foreign principals that are seeking to influence U.S. public opinion to disclose their full activities and sources of funding. The company that supplies all services for RT America Channel, including TV production and operations, in the U.S., has received a letter from the U.S. Department of Justice, claiming that the company is obligated to register under FARA due to the work it does for RT, Simonyan said in a statement that was posted on RT's website. RT did not respond to a request for comment from News Pulse News. A Justice Department spokesman declined comment. But the disclosure by RT came the same day News Pulse News reported that the FBI has obtained thousands of internal Sputnik emails as part of an investigation into whether that news agency, which is technically separate from RT, must also register under FARA. Both RT and Sputnik are operated by companies that are funded by the Russian government and were identified in a U.S. intelligence report in January as being arms of Russia's state-run propaganda machine that served as a platform for Kremlin messaging to Russian and international audiences. As an example, the report said, Sputnik and RT consistently cast President-elect Trump as the target of unfair coverage from traditional U.S. media outlets that they claimed were subservient to a corrupt political establishment. But Simonyan, the RT editor who formerly served on Russian President Vladimir Putin's campaign staff, strongly hinted that any Justice Department actions could have repercussions for the U.S. news organizations that operate in Moscow. I wonder how U.S. media outlets, which have no problems while working in Moscow, and that are not required to register as foreign agents, will treat this initiative, she said. She also blasted the Justice Department's action as part of a war against freedom of the press and journalists. Those who invented freedom of speech have buried it, she said. There is an exemption in FARA for news organizations and media outlets. Foreign media outlets in this country have rarely registered under the law. The DOJ using FARA to crack down on RT and Sputnik could have major implications for state-owned outlets from other countries. If the Russian news organizations were required to register, they would not be banned. However, they would be required to file reports about their content and finances. Executives could face criminal charges if they willfully failed to register. In January, the U.S. intelligence community released a report that concluded both RT and Sputnik were instrumental in a Russian influence campaign designed to influence last year's presidential election by boosting then-candidate Donald Trump and attacking his rival, Hillary Clinton. That allegation has increased calls for the government to use FARA to crack down on the Russian outlets. However, some experts speculate, going after Russia's American media presence could play into the Kremlin's hand by hurting America's reputation as a haven for a free press. U.S.-backed news outlets in Russia have faced government pressure, but both Sputnik and RT have extensively covered other countries' attempts to regulate them.